Hi and welcome to another session of advanced readings. This is a technique that we use in spiritualism a lot, and it also inspired me when I had the oracle readings through the Nadi oracles, where our messages were given to me thousands of years in advance, mind-boggling stuff. And also, of course, it's used in when you're using clairvoyance by email reading and sometimes by telephone. You know things before the person calls you. So I'm inspired by this technique and I hope it helps you. There could be a message here for you today. So you'll see me working in blue light for this, because this is how the medium can get close to spirit. We often use a red or blue light in my circle, particularly if you're doing physical or trance work. Anyway, hope you enjoy these sessions.
Okay, the person that's receiving this message would have been having some troubles with your ear. You may have earache or heavy tinnitus or something like that, but it's a recent problem that you've just been getting, and I feel that the recipient of this message has some issues, like I say, with hearing in the ears themselves. Painful, it feels a little bit uncomfortable. So that would hopefully help identify who this message is for, because I'm being told that this has to go to somebody that's having that condition at the moment. And it's a message from the spirit world, I want to say, for you, because there's a gentleman here talking with me. He had heavy lung condition at the end. I feel it's something where his lungs filled with fluids. It makes me want to cough when I get these connections, because I can feel the condition upon myself here. He's an older man. I feel quite funny, I feel. He liked to have a drink. He liked to have a bet, I feel, too. He'd have loved somewhere like Las Vegas. He'd have loved anything to do with flashing lights and things like that, because he liked the slot machines, he says to me. So he has that sort of thing happening with him. I can't quite hear his name yet. I think he's more like, he's a family member. I'm not sure it's how close a family member, because it could even be an uncle type of link that's with him, because there's this sense of humour and living a life that a little bit of a single man feel with him too, actually, because I feel with him he liked to go out and like I said, I sense gambling, I sense drinking, and I sense a bit of travel. So he must have had an interesting and unusual life. Certainly as a young man, I feel that very much that travel aspect to him, because I think he used to be at sea as well. So he's given me that feeling. Obviously Jack, I just heard his name. His name is Jack, or a J name. I think he's trying to give me Jack as his name, just like Jack Tars, he said. So it's C, Jack Tars, Jack. Okay, so that's his name, I feel, that connects there. And he's reaching out to you because he's been over in the spirit a fair time, I feel. So this goes back a bit with the connection. But he's reaching out to you because I think you're thinking about doing a lot of travelling yourself at the moment. You're hoping to do something quite substantial, like possibly a change of country to live in, like people moving from the UK to Australia. That sort of big link type of thing, I feel he's pointing me to here. And you're quite young. You're young enough to do this. And I think there's a young family with you, he's talking here. So I feel I want to put a thumbs up. I feel he's going like this, thumbs up, because sometimes in life we have to take a chance. Sometimes in life we have to be a little bit adventurous. And fate sometimes favours the bold. He says, and he jokes, that it didn't in my case, because he lost most of his money and he had a peppered sort of life. But he's saying in your case, a sensible person, that you'll have you'll make a success of this. It's a big decision, I know, and it's meant selling a property, and it's been quite a difficult one to do. But this relocation on a long distance is what I'm feeling, feels good, because you can sort the job out before you go, I want to say. It's as if I can get the job and then follow it as well. But even if the job didn't work out, I feel I could still go and still sort it out when I get there. So it's a big opportunity, I feel, in life, and I feel that he's on the spirit side encouraging it, because he always enjoyed that type of thing himself. There are going to be obviously issues with family and things like that, but I don't think it'll be quite as bad as you fear, because not only will you be in touch, but you'll also be able to you travel to them and them travel to you without too much difficulty, because the money will be up and you'll have enough money to do that. So anyway, he's sending his regards. He's talking particularly, I want to link to your mother, who he always used to be able to get on with and have fun with, because I feel he was a bit of a joker, and your mum's got a good sense of humour, and they have quite a funny rapport between them, actually, because he talks there. So he must be your mum's brother, I think, that he's given here. But he was always they always had a bit of a there's certain type of sense of humour in the family, he says, that most people wouldn't understand. Most people think it a bit rude, but actually it's quite funny, and it goes back to the childhood a lot. So he's just saying that there, and he's saying, and I just want to say to someone else in the family, congratulations on the new baby, because I just feel that there's been a baby born there as well, he's showing me here. So anyway, he's there on the spirit world, sending his connection, hopefully giving you that little bit of courage to do what you know in your heart you want to do. Okay, I'll go on to my next link.
So maybe that message was for you, and if it was, please do leave a comment in the comments below on YouTube so that other people can recognize that this is real. I mean, if you look back at some of the older videos, you'll see that some of the most strange and obscure messages have been taken to the letter, and there's been some interesting stories that have developed once a person has made the comment. So leave a comment, and even if the message isn't for you, it's still a good idea to leave a comment, because this helps spirit to connect with us and maybe get you a message next time.
Okay, so I'm getting pictures in my mind of stock car racing or bike racing, something like that, but I think it's stock cars that I'm trying to be shown here. And somebody's doing the racing, and I think it's a female that's actually doing the racing in these things. So somebody that has a hobby that connects with racing of some sort, female. And it could be scrap cars or something like that, or bikes or something like that, but there's a female connection with this, which is quite unusual, I've got to say, obviously. I don't know if this person's on the spirit side or is talking to someone on the spirit side that would understand this, because the communicator seems to be a male person. So I don't know if it's the person in this life that does that living that is still doing that. But there's a gentleman in the spirit life world that's telling me about this as the connection piece for the next person that's getting the message here. The man in spirit was quite quieter man, I've got to say. He would not have done anything as adventurous as that. I feel, is a very well read man, and would have had like extremely well read, and would have quite a sense with him of someone that is sort of taking education a stage further, because I'm getting the feeling of dusty libraries and universities and this sort of feel with him. He's a man that would have spent a lot of time studying, a very intelligent, measured, balanced sort of person, who certainly would never have done scrap car racing or anything like that himself. So he kind of looks to the opposite of himself here in, I think, the person that's receiving the message, a view of being an important person in his life because you were so radical in what you do. And he liked that because he had a certain tolerance to his mind with this gentleman, I've got to say. So kind of a very bookish, like I say, sort of person. And I see a very antique sort of world around him. Like my home would have had quite a lot of old things in it, and things that I would have inherited through the family in particular. And a comparatively well-off man, actually, in his life, and that he didn't have to work in the same way that other people work hard for a living. He could spend a lot of time studying, and I feel he might have spent some time, because I'm getting the professor sort of feel with him, and an interest also in astronomy, because I feel as if he's done something where he's looked at the stars and things like this. So he's passing his love on to his complete opposite here, of somebody who is complete opposite and would have known him you would have been young when you would have known him. He would have been older, and you would have looked at him as a very strange, almost Charles Dickens sort of character, and he would have fascinated you, and you would have fascinated him as well, because your life was so very different. And he's talking about winning, actually, not just in a race, but winning in life, because his life was kind of laid out for him because there was money in the family, so it was easy for him. You've had to make your living and make your money, but I feel as if you're getting somebody that's helping you, like a sponsor of some sort for your life, because although I'm still the racing thing, there's other things you do that might be sports orientated. You're a very adventurous person that likes to do sporty type of things as well, and there's something like that you're doing. Something quite adventurous and bold, it's almost like climbing a mountain or something. There's something that you're doing that's very adventurous and bold, and he said keep on with it, because just as he had his talents with his intellect and things like that, but your talents are just as important in a different sort of way, because it takes all types to make the world, and he feels it's nice that you can do what you wanted to do in life, just as he tried to do what he wants to do. You've had an injury too, and he says that injury is beginning to heal now, and it's well on the mend. So don't worry too much about your health, because I feel that's going to improve soon too. So he's just really connecting from the spirit world. So you will remember him very much. And he had all sorts of interesting things. He also had a butterfly collection, I feel too. So a very strange man in some respects for most of us to see this fella I get here, but a very interesting man who would be very, very powerful figure in your life, actually, from your early life, of someone that influenced you and tried to encourage you forward. Okay, so he's making his connection and doing exactly the same again, encouraging you forward. Now, I've got more of a psychic message in this last one today. It's not so much coming from the spirit world, although my guides help me with this. It's more like I'm connecting with someone, not necessarily getting a message from the spirit world, but I feel I want to connect with someone. They're calling out. They've been calling out. They've been watching these videos and would say, I wish I could get a message, Craig. I wish I could get a message through you about my situation, because it's concerning a breakup, I feel, a relationship breakup that has been very, very hard for you at the moment. And you've been absolutely at your wit's end with this. This is a female person I think I'm talking to actually here, because I think it's the female person that's at heart. It pains here, because there's two of you actually. You might both have even watched it, because I feel there's been a sort of a breakup that has kind of happened very suddenly, and it's just happened that as you just recently, you almost put the phone down, I feel, or the finished texting someone, just as you're watching this now. So it's very fresh in your mind. It's just happened. It's been just happening, and it's all there, text messages and phone messages and anger and things like that. And so a female person has interfered in this relationship. It feels like a family member has interfered and caused some problems. And I want to say that, it is, and the decisions is kind of people having their arms twisted by people who are kind of saying you two shouldn't really be together, And I've got to say, stick to what your heart tells you. Don't do what everyone else says, because it's your life and that people should not interfere. And because I'm getting this split in your emotions about whether I've got to listen to, which I think is your family, or listen to what you feel in your heart. And I say, follow your heart. And if it means no money in life, it means no money in life. And I think that's the way you've got to go, because then if you take that path, you will take a spiritual path, because you followed what your heart has told you, and I feel that the right things will come into life in the end anyway. You'll get what meant to be in life through your destiny. I'm hearing I'm hearing a P name again. I keep getting these today. Paul or Peter or Paul or something like that seems to be involved in this. And I'm also seeing something about a trying to get a car started. I don't know if you've just had a recent situation where you've had a car or a bike or something that won't start, something like that. These are just things so that you know I'm connected with you. And there was also we dropped something. I don't know. We dropped something and it smashed or went all over the place. It's just happened. It's just in the last day or two, all over the place. Oh my God! And we're upset because we're shaking, because other things have been happening in life as well. So those are some of the kind of the things I see, and I don't know if there's. Okay, another thing, it helped to tie it down for you and put the message in the comments if it's with you. I saw an owl. All right, and I don't know why I see an owl, but I see an owl as being as something significant, as a symbol or something in your life or something that connects in this relationship somehow. I don't know if you saw owls or something like that.
So I hope that helped, because it's lovely doing this and giving messages to people out there, and I know some of you get very excited by the messages that you get, so thank you for your feedback. And if you do enjoy watching all this, why not come and get a reading at my website, because I've got a team of readers, you know, that are on there 24/7, and there's lots of special deals there at the moment. For example, in the UK, if you're a new customer, you can use our welcome offer and get 29 pence a minute for the first 10 minutes, so you can try a reading for very little. Same with the USA, we've got 59 cents per minute for the first 10 minutes on the welcome offer. So thanks for watching my channel, and do come back and follow us. Click that little bell thingy at the bottom of the page there. We do loads of things here, as well as all these readings. We've got my family involved, we've got all sorts of investigations, we've got my mystic talks, so we're inspired, we got lots of readings. You'll see our stuff with the media and all sorts of things. So keep watching, and keep watching now, because coming up will be the playlist of more videos like this one today. So there could be another message there for you today.